So, here we are back with Ben 10 again, and how are we starting it? With Ben 10 Galactic Racing. Don't know why I said it like that. This game was a classic in my childhood, as I remember picking it up like day one and loving it. But when I went back to it this year, I didn't remember much of it. So, is this game good? Well, let's just start with the story. Yep, that's right, even the go-kart game has to have a story. It's a pretty simplistic one, just basically when Primus has two of its moons come overhead, it recharges the planet, and this is why Ben is racing all of his transformations and his biggest villain. The story is told to us by Octagon and Rhomboid Reader, which are written perfectly, brought to us by Charlotte Fullerton. Now, the story doesn't exactly explain why we're racing, I don't know, Ben's aliens plus Vilgax and Kevin. Like, was when, guys? Yeah, but you know what, I'm okay with this story. The story's fun, and the commentation before every level is actually really good. Just take a listen to some.
We are here presently at the start of the wet wasteland circuit.
And this time, we gets to go to Vulpine and Null Void too.
That's right, Boyd. Incineration and incarceration is in our future. Not the first time. But for now, we're on Pisces at the aptly named Pisces Falls track. That there titleization comes from waterfalls like these here. And steering through them is indeed a challenge.
Then there's some more flowing water and a crazy curve what gives you a great view of the ocean. Would you looky there? Not that that would appeal to you, Octagon, what with your weak stomach and all.
Ooh. Then it's open road and a couple more waterfalls leading up to one heck of a gut-busting jump to the finish. I got the feeling this race is gonna be a fun one to watch, Boyd. Them there piles of decaying detritus mean we find ourselves on the planet Vulpine. This place is a dump for every type of nastiness imaginable and then some. Vulpamancers like wild mutton come from hereabouts. No accounting for taste. I find the smell to be somewhat distressing on one's nasal cavity.
Oh, so that's what that is. I know them beans we had for lunch ain't a-sitting well with you, so...
Boyd, that would fall under the category of what you might call too much information. Anyhow, Vulpine is also home to a little track we call Toxic Tunnel. Shortly after the start, there's a mighty tricky crisscross with jumps that make racers pass each other in midair. And they continue crisscrossing until they come back together after a big old clover leaf.
When everybody's back on the same track again, they all jump into one of them sludge holding facilities. Jumping over sludge could make for some good old smash-ups, ain't that right, Octagon?
Indeed, Boyd, indeed. Now after that, it's one more ginormous jump, and then smooth sailing. Until the next lap starts, anyway. You have anything to add, Boyd?
Oh, yeah. About them beans.
Let's just start the race, Boyd.
Yep, funny isn't it? Now then, how is that gameplay? Gameplay-wise, this is in fact one of the racing games of all time. Now, the reason I say this is that it's a racing game. You press the trigger to go, you press the other triggers to drift. You have a bunch of wacky items you can use based on Ben's aliens, such as Way Big, Wildvine, Stinkfly, Diamond Head. Now, something each character does have is a unique charge-up mechanic, where if you drift long enough and do enough tricks, you can either get a defensive power boost or an offensive power boost. The defensive power boost allows you to put a shield around yourself for a few seconds, and the offensive power boost allows you to send out a giant wave that attacks everybody in front of you. Both of these are good ideas, I really do like it. And I like how Ben actually turns into one of the aliens when he does his, allowing him to have a randomized assortment of these. My biggest issue with the game is the god dang difficulty. Now, for some context, I'm playing on easy mode. Each of these tracks are about 30 seconds long, and I'm getting my ass handed to me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, but I don't feel like it's my fault. something else to discuss is the character roster. Now, the thing about the character roster is it's mostly comprised of Ben's aliens. And I could get behind that if Kevin and Vilgax weren't here. Them two being here completely throws off the whole racing Ben's aliens as Ben kind of shtick. But also doesn't help at all. It's like Gwen isn't here. Why isn't Gwen here? You're reusing enough assets as it is. Just rip the assets from Cosmic Destruction and you're good to go. Well, gonna do that. Then how about some Vilgax attacks? Maybe recolor it a little bit, you know? As for the alien selection, it feels random. Like Ghost Freak, Heat Blast, Ultimate Cannonball, Ultimate Humongousaur, Amphibian, brand new Fast Track that was introduced in this game or was likely made for it, meaning his appearance in the show is even more fucking useless. This game confuses me, man. How about the presentation? Does it at least look good? Presentation-wise, this is one of the games of all time. Yes, I used the same joke twice. Why are you calling me out like that? Okay, but in all seriousness, this game is fine graphically. I am playing the PS3 version, and I know that the Wii version has some issues, but... Right, yeah, presentation-wise. The game is just fine presentation-wise, you know. That's kind of how I feel about the game as a whole. It's fine, but that's about it. Nothing else to say. So, join me next time when we take a look at the beginning of the Omniverse duology, and you can find out why that game is kind of Until then, bye!